In this video, we are going to understand about the topic Surds and Radicals. So, the main topics of this video will be Surds and Radicals and some laws of the radicals, and we will solve some problems related to Surds and Radicals also. Hello my awesome students, welcome back to my channel Akshar. I am Nana and I make videos related to short tricks of the mathematics. So let us start our today's topic, which is surds or radicals. Right? To understand about surds and radicals, before that we need to understand first that what are the rational numbers and what are the irrational numbers. Right? So as the name says, rational is what? Rational is related to rational is a word formed from the word ratio. Okay, so means the numbers will be in the ratio, or I can say that the numbers are in the form of p by q. For example, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, like this. If I can represent any number in the form of p by q, then that number will be called as my rational numbers, because there must be a ratio. Okay, and for the irrational numbers, what can be the examples? The numbers which are not in the form of a ratio are called as irrational. Ir means not and ratio means they are not in the form of ratios, right? So that means they cannot be represented in the form of p by q. For example, my number is 2, 3, 4, or I can say that my number is root 2, root 3, root 4, root 5, and so on. So the numbers which cannot be represented in the form of a ratio are called as irrational numbers, and the numbers which can be represented in the form of a ratio are called as rational numbers. Right? So now suppose there is any number a, and I can write down it as n here. Right, and this number is my irrational number, right? And there are the two conditions. Now we are going to understand about the surd. What is surd? For the surd, there are two conditions, that if this is my number and this is an irrational number, then my a should be a rational number and my n should be a positive integer. Okay, so this value should be positive and this internal value should be a rational number, but their result should be an irrational number. So this number, I can represent this number as what? I can represent this number as a raised to the power 1 by n. So this is called as my surd, or I can say that this is my radicals, right? And I can say one more thing. I can say that the order is what? This value n. So order of this surd is n, and also the a is also called as radicand. Okay, so this complete part a raised to the power 1 by n is called as surd or radicals, and these two terms individually are called as, n is called as order of this surd and a is called as radicand of this surd. Understood? So there are the two conditions first and then their naming convention. Okay, so now as I have told you, so some important points you have to remember is that, as I have told you, that this result should be irrational, this a should be rational, and n should be a positive integer. So if this a is a rational number, so if this a is a rational number, only then you can say that a raised to the power 1 by n is what? This is my surd. And if this a is irrational number, so obviously we will say what? We will say that a raised to the power 1 by n is not a surd. Okay, understood? So now, as you know that there are some rules, some laws of the surds. What are those rules? That suppose I am having any value which is a raised to the power 1 by 2 into b raised to the power 1 by 2. So how I can write it down as ab raised to the power 1 by 2. If my power or my order is same, then I can do what? And if the numbers are in multiplication, then I can simply write down AB and the power will remain same. Okay. And so similarly, if my suppose there is my power a raised to the power root n raised to the power n. So how I can write it down? I have told you that a raised to the power 1 by n. To this side I can write down a raised to the power 1 by n, as I have told you upper part, into n. N is this. So n and n will get cancelled out. So my answer will be a, right? So we can apply n all the rules of the under root which we use in the square root part. We can use all the rules here also. Okay, then coming to the second rule. Second rule is what? AB, suppose this is my rule, AB raised to the power n, like this, the reverse of this. Okay, so if combined is written and this value and order is same, then I can write it down as a raised a. So I can write it down in the form of the surds like this, individually a and this b, or I can say that a raised to the power 1 by n, a order 1 by n, and b's order is also 1 by n. Okay, and then coming to the third law. Third law can be what? Third law can be like this. Suppose any number, any surd is written in this form. You have seen such kind of questions also in the mathematics in the NCERT books. There was some questions like under root of 1 and then under root of 2, under root of 2, under root of 2, under root of 2, like these types of questions were there in the NCERT books, right? So same is this, a raised to the power n and then a raised to the order, and the complete order is again m. So how I can write it down as, because they both are the orders of this same base a, so I can write it down as combine m into n, or I can write it down as n. I can reverse the orders also, so this will be all will be the same. These laws are going to help you while solving the questions, right? Then next rule is what? Suppose I have this value a by b and this is n, right? So this is my rational number, which is the condition that a should be a rational number and n should be any positive integer. So this is also a surd. So I can write down what? I can write it down individually, that n, and this will be my number for me. Means if the base is same and the order is also same, then if we are dividing, then we can write it down as individually also, or if this individual is given to us and our question becomes simpler, if we combine them, then we can write down them in combination form also and in the separate form also. Okay, moving to next law is a raised to the power is n and then the power m. A's order is n and complete power is m. So I have told you what that how I can write it down, n under root of a raised to the power m. Also I can write it down like this also, or I can write it down like this also, 1 by n raised to the power m. So both the powers will get multiplied, so complete power will become what? Complete power will become n by n. Okay, these are some laws of the surds. Okay, so suppose I have to find out the value of this complete result. So how I can find out? I have told you the results, that if they are having the same base and their powers are different, and while dividing, then I can write it down that x minus 5, because when base is same, then powers get subtracted. So this is x and this is 5. So I can write it down as x minus y. Same, the rest will remain same for my first step. This is into a raised to the power y minus z into y square plus yz plus z square into, how I can write down this? This will be my z minus x raised to the power z square plus xz plus x square, right? So now you can see now that what is the formula of a cube minus b cube? A cube minus b cube is what? A minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So you can see that this is the formula. This is the same formula for a cube minus b cube. So I can write it down that this is simply what? This is simply x cube minus y cube into, similarly here also, y cube minus z cube into a raised to the power z cube minus x cube. This is my a square, this is plus ab plus b square. So similarly here also, right? So now all these terms are getting multiplied with each other and their base is also the same. So what I can do? I can simply say that all the powers will get added with each other plus z cube minus x cube. So I can cancel out whatever it is getting cancelled out. All the powers will get cancelled out. So my answer is a raised to the power 0, and according to the maths rule, anything with the power 0, the answer is going to be 1 only. Okay, so using this factor, using this process for the surds, you can simplify your questions in your exam at how to simplify the surds and the radicals. Okay. If you find my video useful for you, then please do like, share and subscribe my channel so that you can get more updates of my new videos. So let's meet in the next video, in which we are going to understand about the short tricks of the division